My son back home. My brother's playing his game. Again, I'm somewhere else. My brother had to repost and started uploading. I wish they uploaded hours ago. The 2 reaction videos and the Shadow Fight video. Hopefully, they upload y'all as soon as possible. They don't. I can replace them and do some different reaction video, 2 different reaction videos, and a different video. But yeah, that Gemini video that was from Sunday. It uploaded 7 hours ago. So.
What up, y'all? We got Mr. Nightmare for the creepy, scary.
I chose this video, by the way. I chose this one. It says actual photos, right? So let's see what the creeps look like. That's what the creeper look like. That's like clicking women. Is that the creep? You know?
Bro, y'all know what time it is. It's just snacks.
See what the creeper look like. Random creep.
Real stories.
Try to find this dude's name and I'm gonna hack this security system and get him in jail.
Video footage. No excuses. Real stories with the photos and the videos.
Oh yeah.
Let's go, man. Y'all already know what time it is. Kickback game. Let's get it.
Mark was a college student living in Indiana. His house was quiet and set next
snack. Hang on. I'm back, yo.
to some woods. During the day, everything felt normal, but at night, the woods made the place feel strange.
Oh, the woods.
Behind his house, under the patio, there was a hot tub. That's where everything happened. It was Saturday night, March 29th, around 12:30 a.m. Spring break was
Of what year? Could you just say what year, Mr. Nightmare? Okay, yo.
ending and school was starting again soon. Mark had his 3 close friends over, Kyle, Keenan, and Derek.
I
They
tried
were
to keep
spending
that
one
though,
last night
scared.
hanging out. They were in the garage playing pool, blasting music, and drinking. Everyone was laughing and having fun. It felt like a good night. After a while, Kyle said they should go in the hot tub. It was cold outside, so the warm water sounded even better. Everyone agreed. They got changed into swim trunks,
thought it was a
grabbed their
Minecraft chest,
drinks,
my bad.
and went into the hot tub. The warm water felt good as they talked, made jokes, and didn't pay attention to the time. Then they heard something. It was the sound of sticks breaking, like footsteps coming from the woods. It didn't sound like an animal. It sounded like a person.
Oh my god.
They all went quiet and looked around. Keenan tried to calm everyone down and said it was probably nothing. The others laughed, but it was more to stop feeling nervous. They turned the music up louder and tried to keep talking. About 10 minutes later, a man walked out of the woods. He stepped into the light from the patio. He was wearing a long black coat, white sweatpants, and a gaming headset. His eyes were wide, and his face didn't show any feeling. Everyone jumped. They yelled at him and asked who he was and what he was doing. The man raised his hands and said his name was Seth. He said he was 33 years old and he heard them laughing and wanted to join. The guys just looked at
Are they like 19 though? No, they're good. They extra quarter go. Oh wait, I'm trying to do this over here. Don't show this man if you got a creepy face. Don't show this man. You got Justin Bieber profile picture. That's what draw me to like what Justin Bieber profile picture. I don't think I've ever seen a Justin Bieber profile picture before. I don't think I ever have. What? It creeps me out.
each other, confused. Mark told him to leave, but he didn't listen.
If y'all would jump this
Instead,
man.
Seth took off his coat, then his shoes, and then his pants. He was now in only his underwear. Then he got into the hot tub.
So that's the actual photo from the
No one
thumbnail.
knew
Oh my
what to
god.
say. Mark pulled out his phone and started recording. Not for fun, but because the whole thing felt unreal.
Yo, that's the actual photo from the thumbnail too. Or this man in his underwear. Damn, that's really deceiving. So I don't want to record a guy's underwear, but if he's a creepo though, I would just aim for his face and all that. If he's only, I would aim for his face though. If you are, if I am the person who's recording, I aim for your face. I ain't trying to record nothing else. The back of you in front of you sexually. I ain't trying to do that. I don't roll that way. I was to record your face. If you show too much chest, you got a fat stomach and weird shaped chest. That's your problem. You should have worked out. And you also got creepy eyes. We're gonna have to jump you. We're gonna jump you. Like right now, and we're gonna beat you up.
Right.
This was the footage he captured.
There's actual video.
Yeah, y'all saying laughing. I wasn't there saying that. I wasn't saying that pool. Hey, we would have to tussle on him to get him up.
Yeah,
there. That jacuzzi or wherever y'all in.
Oh, man.
Y'all 19. You wanna play with a bunch of 19-year-olds?
Sheesh. I'd have been getting up out of there.
What is a pervert trying to touch y'all? How's that funny?
Did you start using Instagram, YouTube, TikTok?
Girl, shut up. Oh, he was annoying. I'm saying she got my nerves. He could be a pervert. We got laughing for it. He could be a pervert. Try to touch on y'all. That's some 19-year-olds and stuff.
They started asking Seth questions, like where he came from and if he knew anyone there. He just kept saying he heard them laughing and wanted to hang out. Then he said something really disturbing. He said he had molested a child.
Oh,
That
yeah.
changed everything, obviously. The guys jumped out of the hot tub and started yelling at him to leave. They pulled him out of the water. Seth didn't try to stop them. He just stood there, dripping wet and staring. Then he slowly walked back into the woods without saying anything. The group ran inside and locked all the doors. Some of them laughed nervously, trying to shake it off, but Mark and Kyle didn't feel
Y'all kind of stabbed his butt before
They felt
he
like
left.
it wasn't over. About 15 minutes passed. Kyle said they should go back out to lock the hot tub. Mark said okay. So they got flashlights and stepped outside. That's when Mark saw something next to the hot tub. It was a phone. He picked it up and saw the screen light up. Whatever was on the lock screen made him drop the phone. He didn't say what it was, but it scared him. He said he thought Seth would come back, so they ran inside and told the others. Everyone tried to stay calm.
Something evil.
Then they heard a tapping sound on the window. Mark
somebody
already
calling
knew
the
who it was. He opened the curtain, and wouldn't you know it, Seth was standing right there. His face was pale, his eyes were wide open, and he had a creepy smile. He didn't say anything, he didn't move, he just stared. Mark yelled for Kyle. Kyle ran in and called the police. Mark grabbed a bat and went to the front door. He yelled for Seth to leave and take his phone. Seth didn't answer.
No, keep the
Instead,
phone.
he slowly walked around the side of the house. Mark followed a little bit and looked through the patio window. Seth was standing there again, staring inside. Mark told him the cops were coming and that he needed to leave, but Seth didn't move. He just slowly raised his hand and waved once. Then he turned and walked back into the woods.
Okay.
The police arrived a few minutes later. The guys told them everything. The officers searched the woods and found Seth standing alone, just looking toward the house. They arrested him for trespassing, and everyone thought it was over. But Mark didn't feel that way. A few days later, he saw a post on Snapchat from a girl who lived nearby. It was a video. It showed another man, not Seth, trying to break into her house late at night. That's what bothered Mark the most. It meant Seth might not be the only one out there. There could be more. They could be connected, and they might not be done.
More creepy
Hell
folks.
no. Hell no, boy. No connection. What if they are some type of cahoots together and planning some weird sick stuff?
Hang on. I'm back, y'all.
Boy,
Seth would have had to get his behind beat. So if he had,
Outta here.
especially he had no weapon on him too, and all us men, like if I've been with the men and stuff like that, we had to
get
beat
up out of
Seth.
here.
Cash, you right. We gotta stab him.
3 high school friends named Beck, Matthew, and Tyler decided to explore a sewer tunnel in their neighborhood. It was winter and very cold outside. The tunnel was at the edge of their neighborhood, under a small creek next to some office buildings. These buildings were empty and dark at night. The boys had seen the tunnel before, but never went inside of it. It always looked creepy, and they joked about it, but deep down they were curious. That night, they finally decided to go in. They brought sleds with them, thinking it would help if someone asked what they were doing. They knew they weren't allowed to be there, but they wanted to do something exciting. Just as they pulled into the parking lot, a police car showed up. A police officer got out and asked what they were doing there. Someone had apparently seen them on the security camera. Tyler quickly said that they were just going sledding. The officer looked at them for a moment, then told them to leave. So they left, but only for a little while. After driving around for about 30 minutes, they came back. This time, they parked farther away, behind a building where no one could see them. They walked down a hill behind the buildings. They could see their breath in the cold, crisp air. They stood in front of the tunnel, noting how big, round, and completely dark inside it was. They turned on their flashlights and walked in.
Turn off your light, everybody.
Oh my gosh, real video. Oh my gosh. Look like the other one. Oh my gosh. Y'all, real video, y'all. If I get jump scared, I'm getting off this video.
Oh my god!
Hell no, I wouldn't. I ain't going to
tunnel. The ground was dry. It was quiet, except for the sound of water dripping deeper in. The walls had graffiti all over them. Most of it looked old, but one thing caught their eye. A date was spray painted in large red numbers. 6/19/19. The paint looked newer than the rest, like it was done recently.
I said devil
That made
worship.
them feel uneasy. Their flashlights weren't very strong and didn't shine very far. Still, they kept walking and acting tough, but deep down they were nervous. The farther they went, the colder it got. The temperature was dropping fast. Even though they were underground, they could still see their breath. The walls looked like they had ice on them. Big icicles hung down from the ceiling. Some were huge and sharp.
Well, there's no easy way to put this.
Oh my gosh, hang on, y'all. I hate ads. I hate ads. I'm gonna be done with ads for a while.
Though they were underground, they could still see their breath. The walls looked like they had ice on them. Big
I was
icicles
already
hung
playing
down
video earlier,
from the
but I had it
ceiling.
on my phone. I
Some
was
were
laughing
huge
every
and
time.
sharp.
There's a light down there, huh?
Hell no. Y'all get some
They're a little too brave for me. I'm not going there. Somebody grab me first.
Yeah.
What y'all see? Something
Whatever
evil?
it is showing
Suddenly,
you.
a loud cracking sound echoing from further down the tunnel sends the group fleeing in fear. The sound resembled something heavy hitting stone. It wasn't any of them. The sound came from deeper inside the tunnel, too far to see. They tripped, slid, and bumped into each other as they rushed to get out. When they got outside, they were shaking and breathing hard.
I can see her with my phone, y'all.
That's when Beck noticed his phone was missing.
Damn.
He had dropped it while they were running.
You gotta go back and
Tyler and Matthew told him to forget about it.
Okay.
They didn't want to go back in, but Beck didn't listen. He grabbed his flashlight and started walking toward the tunnel again. The others followed, but they didn't want to. The tunnel felt different this time. It felt even darker. The air felt heavy and strange, like something was wrong. Their flashlights didn't work as well, and the silence was even worse than before.
Oh no.
It felt like something was...
It ain't crazy because you gotta go, you don't even know where it's at.
Exactly.
So you gotta go in there further in the dark trying to find something that, whoever that is,
Whatever they look like,
get
eyes
closer.
are like a big creature
Hang on, y'all. I'm back here, y'all.
in there just ready to come out and start.
than before.
Oh no.
It felt like something was...
It ain't crazy because you gotta go, you don't even know where it's
And
at.
flashlights
Exactly.
suck.
You gotta go in there further in the dark trying to find something that, whoever that is,
Whatever they look like,
get
eyes
closer.
are like a big creature in there just ready to come out and start chasing y'all. But see, one thing about your phone, people love their phone. Like
Yeah.
they don't matter. They don't matter if they dropped in the ocean. They gonna jump in the ocean. Go ahead and get that
Get that
phone.
damn phone.
That phone is something
Phone like a
serious. I'm not lying, but in that tunnel with them creepy eyes or whatever that is back there, making that big noise. Hey, hell with that phone.
Yeah, the phone.
The tunnel can happen.
Get another one.
Flashlights didn't
I
work
love
as well.
cash.
The silence was even worse than before. It felt like something was watching them.
If something watching, get the heck out of here. Y'all got no weapons too.
Over here, this one. Dude, that's where we fucking heard the noise. You have to go back there. You're the first.
If you have your phone in your hand while you're running, that's a big mistake. You put that in your pocket, a really good pocket of yours. Or a co-pilot you can zip up.
Point off camera, Beck found his phone. Afterwards, the group continued deeper into the tunnel investigating.
Y'all still?
I thought
That's
there was
when they heard a
tunnel
sound.
You can go back to the phone and then go back. Y'all testing fate in the darkness. That's your fault.
There must be somebody that want to get them out
Loud
of
scream
there.
Probably
came from
so.
deeper in the tunnel. It echoed off the walls and felt like it was getting closer. They didn't wait. They turned and ran as fast as they could. This time, no one talked, no one looked back. They just ran.
Yeah.
They got to the car, jumped in, and drove away without stopping.
Okay.
The car ride back was mostly silent. The three friends thought it was over when they all got home. They were ready to move on with their lives.
What?
Late that night, Beck's doorbell rang twice.
Boy, there ain't no foul on them.
This was at some off hour in the night. When Beck's dad went to answer the door, nobody was there. begs the question, were the boys followed home that night? Or was it simply a very unfortunately timed ding-dong ditch? That remains a mystery.
Right.
The night left more questions than answers for the three friends. But they all
They
heard
were followed, but the follower decides not to. What's that called? What is that called when the person follows you home? Just plays. You're not interested, and after they leave you home, what's that called? Just to shake your boots a little bit. Like, hey, guess what? I followed you home, but I just didn't ditch. But I ain't gonna listen to y'all. I'm gonna continue with my life. Y'all continue with yours.
voices.
They'll be uploaded by now. They may be uploaded. Come on now.
Of course, got it on video. Perhaps it was something they weren't meant to stumble upon.
Boy, I don't know about that one. That was crazy. Creepy.
Imagine them just getting follow home. Like, what could follow them home? They got in the car and left. They didn't see it.
Something following them like that? Like that?
Was it a ghost or something that followed them home? Cause
Girl, I don't know.
God.
That's creepy. Games.
In April of 2022, a man named Connor took a construction job far from home as part of a 3-month accommodation program. The pay was
See, here's a flaw right there, away from home, and construction job. And you may be doing construction at nighttime. There's a flaw right there. Somebody chase you with a giant knife, and you run and scream to your parents. Flaw right there. Flaw right there.
and he needed every dollar. He wasn't in the best place financially, and the bonus of working alongside his longtime friend Jim made the opportunity more appealing. They figured it would be a nice change of pace. Extra cash, time away from home, and some peace from the chaos of everyday life. The job itself wasn't bad. A few weeks in, Ryan had adjusted well to the routine, but the area they were stationed in was remote, deep in rural countryside. There were long, winding roads with barely any signs of life. It wasn't unusual to go miles without seeing a single home. Ryan had always loved the outdoors, and he saw this isolation as a chance to unplug. Most of his coworkers blew their weekends drinking, but Ryan had different plans. He wanted solitude. He wanted quiet. So when Friday rolled around, he packed his gear and prepared for a weekend of hiking and camping deep within the woods. A narrow trailhead just 5 minutes from his temporary accommodation became his entry point. Within 20 minutes, he was deep in the forest. The only sound was the wind and the crunch of his boots. He smoked a couple joints as he made his way further in, letting the stress just melt away. The
You know
isolation.
what help with stress, y'all? Do not smoke. What help with stress is a stress ball, cold water. Actually, bump all that. Ooh, excuse me. What helps you most on this world is praying to your Heavenly Father. Our Heavenly Father. That is more stress relief than any medicine, any stress ball, any meditating. And trust me, a lot of y'all agree with me. Therapy sucks, okay? It sucks. Because if you I would pay $2 for some Darman therapy. Oh, God, should be a bad therapy. He looks evil already. But for real, y'all, praying to God helps. It does. God works in mysterious ways. He sure does. God can give your parents wisdom and the right way to comfort you. And he sent them a message. And your parents get up and go to your room and they comfort you the best way. And you're like, how you do this? God gave your parents that the knowledge without you even knowing. Snap his fingers, gave them the knowledge. Truth right there. And anyway, camping woods by yourself. So this is the actual photo. So it's morning time. But you know what? People get killed in the morning time too. Like that stuff be happening in the morning time.
Comforting for him. Well, at first. Around
It's not
7
comfortable for
p.m.,
me.
the sun began to sink behind the
Grown man freaking
treetops.
underwear. It's not comfortable.
Shadows stretched long across the trail. Ryan knew it was time to find a place to settle. That's when he noticed something unusual. There was a scent in the air, burning firewood, and a light layer of smoke drifted between the trees. At first, it seemed normal. Maybe another camper, maybe a local. But then, he caught something just barely in the corner of his vision. The faint orange glow of fire flickering through the trees.
Oh my God.
Curious and confident, Ryan left the trail and headed towards the source.
You said curious
He
and
wasn't
confident.
scared. He trained in combat sports during his teens and stayed in good shape. Still, something about this felt off to him. As he moved
So he was
closer,
confident he could take
began to
somebody
see
on because he
strange
took
metallic glints, shopping carts, dozens of them.
Screw this ad. So he was confident because he had some combat from his late teen years and he was still in shape. So he was confident his combat skills can help him.
Something about this felt off to him. As he moved closer, he began to see strange metallic glints, shopping carts, dozens of them. They were tied to trees with rope hanging for the branches.
Somebody's a psychopath.
Some mangled and suspended in bizarre positions, like a twisted jungle gym of rusted steel. It didn't look like a campsite. It looked like a ritual site, like something meant to be seen and feared. Ryan pulled out his phone and started snapping photos. He had to prove this to his friends someday because no one would believe it otherwise. Then, something even stranger caught his eye.
Oh boy.
Hung directly above the fire was a charred, old-fashioned duck ornament. Sitting in the duck's back was a scorched baby doll. The thing was melted, its limbs warped from heat. Ryan took a photo of that too, but the longer
Someone into some really twisted murder stuff.
he stared, the more disturbed he felt. His chest began to tighten.
Right.
The fire was roaring, clearly tended to recently. There were water bottles scattered around. Someone had been there, or currently was there, maybe still watching. He thought about turning around, thought about heading straight back to the trailhead, but something made him keep walking. He tried to convince himself it was nothing, just some weird loner, maybe drunk, probably harmless. Still, he checked over his shoulder more than once. 20 minutes passed, and he'd put real distance between himself and that eerie camp. But daylight was fading fast, and he needed firewood before it got too dark. He veered off the trail again, this time to gather supplies. He wasn't worried. He had emergency wood in his pack, but not enough to last the entire night. He needed more. After about an hour of preparation, Ryan had set up his tent and built a small fire. It was around 9 p.m. when he prepped a steak and potato meal in foil and nestled it in the glowing embers. He smoked another joint to dull the anxiety, and for a while, everything seemed okay again. With his meal finished and the fire crackling, Ryan settled in for the night.
Okay.
He turned on a pre-downloaded playlist of true crime podcasts, listening to cold case files as the forest around him darkened.
Hey man, they breathe.
Hell yeah.
Hey man, breathe, because I wasn't listening to them damn true crime cases.
I wouldn't be either. It's the wrong moment right now. It's the wrong moment to listen to crime cases. Right now is the wrong moment because you just saw some twisted shopping cart mangled stuff and then some weird baby doll melted inside a plastic duck, whatever. You saw some weird craziness and some weird some maniacs did a bunch of crazy stuff to shopping carts and the fire was still lit. It was water bottles. Somebody or people was weird people or someone or whatever recently there or it was there an hour ago or just left like 2 minutes ago and before you arrived. Yeah, I wouldn't listen to no true crime stuff. That's too creepy. Cause what you just saw.
There was something in the dark forest. You different.
Boy, yeah, he different.
You built different, yeah.
Type.
Too much.
Podcasts, listening to cold case files as the forest around
You
him
brave.
darkened.
Whatever your name, Ryan. Whatever your name,
There was
Blueberry.
no
Whatever your name was,
signal out
Ryan.
there.
Cupcakes,
No
Magic. Whatever their name
distractions.
was.
Just firelight and static-filled voices recounting unsolved
Nah, you
murders.
too brave. I don't know why I
That's
said
it.
it.
Do it.
He drifted off to sleep, but it didn't last.
Sleep.
He woke up suddenly. The air inside his tent felt colder. The fire outside had dimmed. He checked his phone. 4 a.m. He didn't know what had woken him up until he heard it. Whistling.
Oh no.
The maniac found you.
A slow, eerie tune carried through the trees surrounding his camp. He froze. His body wouldn't move.
It's that whistle
It was like something inside him had shut down.
If he what?
He lay motionless, listening as the sound crept closer. Then the whistling stopped. What followed was worse. Soft footsteps, fast, light, and quiet, circling his tent.
Somebody small
He
and
couldn't
light
see
it.
them, but he could hear them crunching twigs and shifting leaves. His heart pounded in his throat. Then, without thinking, his body finally snapped into motion. He jumped up, threw on his boots, and burst out of the tent. What made it worse, what twisted the fear into something primal, was that the footsteps had come from the direction he had entered the trail. The way back to safety was now blocked. He had no choice but to run deeper into the forest. He sprinted as fast as he could, crashing through brush and low branches. But behind him, he could hear more footsteps, multiple, and they weren't in sync. The sounds overlapped, too fast and scattered to just be one person. There were 2 of them, maybe more. For 5 straight minutes, he ran until his lungs burned and his legs begged for rest. He found a dense cluster of trees and dove into the underbrush, burying himself in leaves and tangled roots.
Oh boy.
He didn't move. He barely breathed. The footsteps faded, distant now, but he didn't dare come out. He waited, still and silent in the dark. Eventually, he knew he had to move. He crawled through the forest with branches cutting into his arms and legs. Every step was slow and careful.
Oh my
When
God.
the trees finally began to thin, he broke into one final sprint. He recognized the trailhead, the way out, and he ran without stopping. No one followed him after that. The forest was quiet, but the damage was done. He got back to his accommodation and immediately reported the incident to the police. They took his statement and promised to investigate, but he never heard anything back. To this day, Ryan believes the people who chased him were the same ones who built that bizarre shrine of cards and dolls.
I mean, it's believable because they found out what you took pictures of what they've been doing, so they thought they had to chase you down, kill you, or overpower you now because you seen too much. You did too much, and they thought they had to kill you now because you did too much.
What they were doing out there and what they wanted, he doesn't know. But it was more than just a creepy encounter.
Get on.
To him, it felt ritualistic, cult-like. He finished his contract and returned home, but the memory never left him. He still remembers the sound of footsteps, the whistling, and the feeling of helplessness.
So I was trying to get in your pants. I was doing you a favor.
So, maybe
Gosh. I'm back, yo.
He finished his contract and returned home, but the memory never left him.
Everybody
He
in the
still
story.
remembers the sound of the footsteps, the whistling, and the feeling of
He's
helplessness.
traumatized because it's crazy stuff
If
that
there's
happened.
anything to learn from this story, it would be to trust your instincts. If you find something that doesn't feel right, you should leave. Ryan almost didn't, and he knows he might not have lived to tell the story if he had stayed.
You could have died,
This video
man.
was me experimenting with a slightly different style.
That last one was kind of giving me like wrong turn vibes.
Yeah.
When they start
Wrong turn
whistling
type.
and he start running and all you hear is hee, you know, and that
Yeah,
wrong
running, you see
turn.
trees and stuff just moving.
And they start damn, you hear them yelling, screaming.
Loud, crazy,
Y'all ever
loud.
seen wrong turn before?
Yeah.
No.
Let us know
Y'all
in the
ain't seen it.
conversation,
Check
because
that
that
out.
almost kind of give me what that is too, and they get into like
Girl, if it's a horror movie, I ain't watching it.
ritualistic or
y'all
some
like
type of
wrong
cult or
turn.
something like that.
Yeah, with the buggies tied up and
What's some sick psycho
and the
coming
other
out
thing when
there.
them boys was in that cave
Oh yeah,
and that I think somebody probably was in there and they didn't want them to come in there.
probably like somebody
Probably
they could have been
living
like
back
a
there.
homeless person or something. Probably been in that cave and they just start skate them off.
Oh boy.
But
Didn't take much of me and that phone. I don't know if I went back and got it,
I
bro.
don't know either. I don't think I was
I probably won't go back with that phone. Mm-mm.
in nobody cave to begin
Period.
with.
Dealing with
You ain't
flashlights and
catching
all
me in
that.
nobody cave. You ain't catching me in nobody floors, camping, none of that stuff.
I think they clocked that. Hey, man, that was Mr. Nightmare, y'all. 3 creepy real stories with photos and video footage. How y'all feel about that?
How y'all feel?
Creepy.
Let us know in the conversation.
Let us
Would
know.
y'all go like?
The
Do y'all
town
be
was
on
the
some type
creepiest
of
one.
adventures? Like y'all like to go in caves and sleep in the
forest
forest and
was the
camps?
creepiest one. The videos want guys
Camping
in
and
underwear
Let us
and
know.
pretty
I
much
mean,
with
ain't nothing wrong with
19-year-olds.
it.
It's like
I know
I
we
want to
went through
experience camping, but I won't. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
wouldn't mind, but
It's
it's too
like-
dangerous. You can't see outside. I mean, that's just me.
Right.
How I feel. For nobody else.
They gotta be on a campground with like
a
people
lot of people all
around.
around, bro.
And I got weapons still because even people around, people
Yeah, you can't
stuff
trust 'em.
still can happen. Man,
I already know how it is, man. Enough of the talk, man. Hey, y'all watch the rest of the videos, man. We love y'all. Y'all stay positive about that, man. And we gonna catch y'all next one.
catch y'all next one.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye, y'all.